Why are people scared about life without Mikel Arteta? That is a genuine question that I do not get at all. Go on then, Kenny.
It's easy. It's an easy answer. Arsenal Football Club in general have have always given managers time. You know, Billy Wright got time in the 60s when he was awful. Don Howe got time and he actually quit because we were going after Terry Venables. John Graham got 9 years. Arsene Wenger got 22 years. Mick Arteta gives time. Arsenal always giving their managers time. We're not a sacking club. We love processes at Arsenal. We've always gone with young players. We like local players.
To be fair, Liverpool's not a sacking club either.
Yeah, but we're talking about Arsenal. Arsenal have always been the only two managers who've never been given time at Arsenal are basically Bruce Rock and Unai Emery. They never fitted the Arsenal way of doing things according to the board, and that's why they never get time. That's why we're scared about life about Mikel Arteta, because Arsenal always pride themselves over the years of being different to every club. We behave differently at Arsenal. We're the Arsenal. We do things in a very like I said, classy way. That's how we look. But the problem with Arsenal is that football's moved on. We're always the team that is behind other clubs when it comes to player salaries. We never want to pay players big money until a few years later we realise we've got to pay players big money because other clubs are doing it. We need to get big players. We never spend big on transfers over the years. But when we realise other clubs are doing it, then we realise, that's the only way we can compete is by getting transfers in. And that's how Arsenal Football Club are. Unfortunately, what we're going to find out is that if we do keep this manager and we don't have success, what will happen, which is what happened at the Emirates era, is unfortunately Man City will be strong next season. Liverpool will identify the areas where there are genuine weaknesses, and even though they've won the league, they're going to be strong because if Liverpool drop their standards, Liverpool fans will be after Slot. He'll have credit in the bank, but not that much credit if they finish 10 or 15 points behind the leaders and they don't get into the Champions League. Their fans will turn because that's Liverpool standards. And then if you look at Europe, Real Madrid have to improve because they're not going to be that bad. And then Man City are going to be strong in Europe. So one of the things that Arsenal need to do, they need to bite the bullet and imitate other clubs and own their status as a club with the highest of standards. And if that means getting a new manager, they're going to have to move with the times. Sometimes you have to look at it and you think, you know what? As much as we have this Arsenal heritage and we like to do things the right way, Chelsea and Man City have spent shed loads of money, and Man City went 35 years without winning anything, is now a team that's won a Champions League before Arsenal. And this is an Arsenal that competed in the Champions League for 20 years, but didn't win anything. That's embarrassing. But that's another thing that Arsenal need to do. Move with the times. If it means the Kroenkes getting someone from the Middle East with big, pockets, and they want to sort of, go by this sort of barometer that, you know what, he ain't good enough. He don't give me success enough 2 years. I'm going to get someone in. Then be that club. Arsenal have to win. It's all well and good to have this sort of classy Arsenal and you don't like it. Well, I'm sorry, football's you need people behind you in football. You don't move with the times and you don't, like I said, raise your standards and own your status as a big club. We're going to be having this discussion again and again. Let's not forget, we witnessed 9 years without a trophy under Arsene Wenger. We're now 6 years into another period of not winning trophies. So we've got 3 more years to equal Arsene Wenger. We can't go on like this at Arsenal Football Club. We do this again and again and again. We went 17 years without winning anything between 53 and 70. When are we going to learn that you can't keep on calling yourself a big club and start saying, oh, yeah, we're Arsenal, but you don't win anything? You have to move the times. And unfortunately, Mick Arteta will not, in my opinion, should never be allowed to get any more money. I don't care if he gets any more, he gets a striker, he gets this and he improves, we're going to win. I'm sorry, I'm not having that. The trouble with that question you posed earlier, Dan, is that you're going through another sliding doors analogy. Aren't you sick of this sliding doors moment? Aren't you sick of would have, could have, we maybe if? Come on. The game's up. He doesn't win trophies. He's not a successful manager. He's built foundations, but foundations, you can't go to Islington Town Hall and have a parade for foundations. You can't go to Islington Town Hall and have a parade for beating Real Madrid. You can't have go to Town Hall and have a picture of Lewis Skelly sitting down and taking a mickey out of Erling Haaland. That's not success. You have parades for trophies. You have parades for, for success. And Arteta doesn't bring me success. So no more conditions, no more sliding door moment. Off you go, mate.
Let's be real with it, Kenny. I know Dan wants to wrap here, but let me just say this very quickly, Dan. Yeah, right. Let's be real with it. These fans that back this manager en masse, like he's their dad, or their family member. Yeah, it's like you stabbed their family member if you dare to call that super duper tip top tippity top Mick. Yeah. Right, let's not forget, when they say, who do you want? Who would you get? Let's not forget this guy never fucking managed a club before. So how about somebody that has? How about go and get the number 2 at City? Right, not only that, they also hold other clubs to a higher standard than our club. Yeah, because if Liverpool had not won the league, last year, again, you're culprit in this. Liverpool bottled it last year. What did they leave with? The League Cup. Yeah, but that shit cup. We don't want that kind of that energy drink cup. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but Man United, they're 15th. Tottenham, they're 16th. Oh, yeah, we don't want the Europa League. They have different standards for other clubs, and we still don't win nothing. How about win something and get mouthy? Because we can't chat to Chelsea. We can't chat to Man City. Yeah, we can't even chat to Man United. They've been in 4 finals in the last 3 years.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're crap. Let's be real. They're crap league-wise. But this is why I do not take league finish, because the table does lie. Yeah, if people say the table don't lie, the table does lie. Them 2 teams should not be where they are in the league. Yeah, let's be real. And if they've done their job, which they haven't, they've had a shit season league-wise. If they've done their job, if Man City had done their job, and Chelsea hadn't fallen off a cliff with the PE teacher they've got, and lowering their standards by talking about phases and all this crap, right? Let's be real. We wouldn't have seen Nottingham Forest up there or Newcastle up there. Newcastle are a very good club, and I love Newcastle. However, it should be the originals up there, the big 6. Yeah, but they didn't do their job. So the table does lie, because Tottenham are not the 16th best team in the league. Let's stop playing it. They're not. They're better than that. And I know them talking about injuries, by the way. And they've had a couple of injuries less than us this season. They're in the final. Yeah.
Can I ask a quick question as well to close, because I do want to close, and I know people.
Potsy's got no duration, mate. He's got.
I'm terrible work rate. As Steve likes to call it.
You're like our captain, mate.
No, he's much better looking than me, mate. Igal, why are you scared of that? Like, that's a real question. And maybe you're not. But I do genuinely believe you're saying you believe what you say with Mikel. I know you're a big fan of him. I get that, right? None of us on here are saying that you're a prat or whatever, thinking that. We just disagree with you. But if he was to go, let's just say he decides he's walking. Let's fast forward a season. We've got Berta in. We've got some good players in. We've kept our
wherever Arteta goes, not only does he win, he dominates.
Like he'll be at El Dense in Segunda Division, mate.
If you put him in the Bundesliga with Bayern, if you put him in La Liga and you give him Real Madrid, if you put him at PSG and he took over the
explain why then. Just quickly explain why you think that.
Because tactically, the man is. I watch Arsenal play, and I see the players constantly letting the manager down to a level where it's almost like. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Oh, he coached to win again. This bullshit.
You say what you said on your stream earlier.
When I watch
we're tactically the best in the world.
When I watch Arsenal week in, week out, I see Mikel.
Believe that.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Sorry?
We're tactically the best in the world.
We're one of the best teams tactically, yeah.
Because we don't have.
Yeah, because
he told me that we're the best team tactically in Europe. That's what you said again.
We don't have the
we're in the second leg of a Champions League semi, and we're fucking doing Rory Delap throw-ins and long ball.
Yeah, because we don't fucking have.
We're playing red and white like Stoke, mate, and we are fucking Stoke. We're the Spanish Stoke.
Let him come in though.
This is bullshit, man. Fucking, you don't believe what you're saying, man. Come on, stop lying, again.
No, I genuinely do, because when I look at it, I say to myself, we've gotten to a semi-final of the Champions League with Mikel Moreno up top. no quality left winger at all, a half-fit Bukayo Saka, a midfield of Odegaard, which all of you guys have said he's fallen off a cliff, and to me he looks like he's injured. I think we're an elite.
No, that's an excuse.
I think we're an elite attack away from winning major honors, and I think comfortably.
We're an elite manager.
Yeah, no, forget about manager.
Clip that.
I said elite attacker. Because
Miguel, you sound like that geezer, right? We all have mates here. You sound like that geezer that stays with his bird, but he knows his bird's cheating on him. But because she gives him a nice top head every now and again, he'll go, "Oh, I'll keep her because nobody can do better than her." Fuck off.
Hey, that's not in my culture. We don't do that.
No,
anyway,
I know that's haram for you. But I'm saying,
back,
I actually said we all have mates like that. Yeah.
Getting back to my main point, Oli.
It's true, though. We're basically you're simping for this manager for no reason.
I don't think anybody is better than us tactically with Mikel Arteta currently. What he lacks is the players to execute the game plan.
Okay, fantastic.
When you look over to PSG, Dembele, Fabio Ruiz, and Hakimi.
Okay, now let's have a look at Bournemouth then.
Can I just come in on that though, Miguel? What you've just said about tactically, but if he's tactically one of the best managers in the world, and he's this good manager,
yeah.
If you look over the years of managers gone past, some of the managers tactically that have been the best managers haven't necessarily had the best players. If you look at when Leicester won the league, they didn't have the best players. But tactically, hear me out. If you're saying that's true, then Arteta really, if he's that good, should use his coaching nous and his tactics and everything you talk about and get this team to win something. So if he's that good, why isn't he not doing it then? Because you're saying in order for him to do that, he needs the best players in the world. Well, no. The top coaches don't necessarily need the best players in the world to get over the line.
No,
they can do it with a bang average team.
Bro,
West Ham United won the conference. David Moyes won a European trophy with West Ham with the squad they had.
Winning the conference is not the same as trying to win the Premier
League. It's all relative.
The
level that you're on.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, by your logic, you're saying that Arteta is one of the best coaches tactically in the world. Yeah. He's got this, he's got that, he's got this, he's got that. So on that basis,
what is he missing?
On that basis, the group of players that he's got, £100 million Rice, £65 million plus Havertz, 30-40 million pound Marino, and blow everyone else.
Best defence in the league.
On that basis,
strikers.
He should be winning the league. Or
surprise, guys! Winning the Premier League and winning the Champions League is hard.
Okay, so on that, so let me ask you this then, because DJ's just hit the nail on the head. Okay, so cool. At the start of the season, again, let me ask
you. I've just stumped you, haven't I?
Yeah, exactly. No, again, let me just follow on from that and I'll shut up. Let me follow on and I'll shut up.
No, but let me just
would you have taken let me just say, and then it follows on from DJ and I'll shut up. Would you have taken Lukaku and Philip Billing this season at the start of the season? Would you have taken them up front at Arsenal? Lukaku and Philip Billing?
No, but I would have fucking...
No, okay, it's cool. Conte's got them top of the league, mate.
I would have took Scott McTominay.
I didn't ask about that. You're talking about forwards. Scott McTominay is not a forward.
I've just stumped you on your own analysis. If you are good at your job in a coaching and you are one of the top tacticians in the world, according to you, you should get the best out of any team, whether they cost 200 million, whether they cost 50 million, whether they cost 40 million. If you are putting him on that much of a pedestal, then there is no excuses why he can't get the best out of these players.
All
And
right.
he
Let him on.
Inter Milan under their manager has spent 230 million since he's been there.
Rest my case.
Luis Enrique, who beat us over the 2 legs, couldn't get the best out of the squad until they went and invested in January to go get Kvaratskhelia, and it transformed their team. It offered them more of an attacking threat. It gave them more balance in their attack, and it allowed Ousmane Dembele to have more freedom in the final third to be doing.
So if we had Kvaratskhelia, this man would win the Champions League, yeah?
Brother, let me finish before everybody cuts me off every 2 seconds. You never get where I'm coming from. Now, when we talk about the team that we just played, PSG, and we talk about them comparing to us, or we compare Liverpool, we compare all these other teams, there's different factors in all of these things. But just going back to the main thing, the reason why we lost versus PSG, I look at the 2 teams over the 2 legs, and the difference was the attacking quality. That is it. In the midfield, right. in the midfield, in the first game, they beat us. In the midfield, in the second game, we beat them. Defensively, both teams.
Their midfielder scored,
defensively, both teams had good moments, and both teams had bad moments. It's surprise, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy to.
Their defensive midfielder scored.
Let me just come back on you on that one. So on that analysis, then you are saying that because Enrique had Kvaratskhelia and all of these men, that's the reason why they knocked us out. So if we had these players, if Mikel Arteta had have had those players, you're saying
would have won the Champions League with an attacking quality.
He would have won the Champions League with attacking.
We got to a Champions League semi-final.
So last season, then, with the players he had, no injuries and everything else, and the attacking quality, because he signed Havertz, no one else. Why did he not win the Premier League? Why did he not win the Premier League?
What attacking quality, DJB? What are you talking about?
Gentlemen, I gotta go now, but
Yardman's had enough, man. He's had enough. He's tapped out.
Before I go, Eagle, I have to agree with you. Mikel Arteta, what you said, you're right. And the reason why you're right, Mikel Arteta is the only manager to play 5 left back in one game. You're right. You're right.
Tactical genius, Yardman.
And then again, Eagle, hold on. One more, Eagle. Eagle, one more. Then again, why you're right again is the only manager who chasing a game need goal and bring on defender. You're damn right.
That's not true.
You're damn right. So, but that one, Eagle, I say you're right. Mr. Arteta, tactical genius. He's a
Yardman. Remember Allegri? He was chasing a game with Dortmund, with Juventus, and he went.
You're talking about a serial winner.
He went to 3 at the back. He brought on 2 defenders and won them the game in the Champions League.
Why? Because he's a tactical genius.
Hold on. You hear what you said? You went 3 at the back. Did Mikel Arteta do that last night?
The only trophy he's won, Yardman, was when he played 3 at the back.
I'm giving you an example.
Gentlemen, I rest my case. Have a pleasant
day. Love you, Yardman.
I don't
love
think you rested anything. Anyways, have a good night.